Today we're going to be doing a full breakdown on this fan edit I made for Destroy Lonely. Before we get into the video, I do want to let you guys know that I just dropped my first editing pack in a really long time, actually. It's a Sapphire and Universe bank called OPIUM. Lonely's new project was absolutely insane, and it just inspired me to create a whole new preset pack for Sapphire and for Universe. So if you have those plugins, go download OPIUM. I'll have it linked down in the description. For this preset bank to work, you do need Sapphire and Universe, so make sure you have those before you go ahead and download it. The pack is absolutely crazy, probably my favorite preset pack that I've ever made. It comes with 10 textures and 10 hits that you can use as effects or transitions, and the pack is inspired by the OPIUM artists, so it kind of fits their aesthetic, like Lonely, Ken, Carti, all those people. If that's your style or something you want to go for, this pack is going to save you so much time. I did all the VFX in this project in 30 minutes, and then the sound design actually took me an hour and a half. So if I didn't do sound design, everything you were about to see pretty much only took me 30 minutes. But yeah, drop a like on this video and let's get into the breakdown. So I started off in Premiere Pro and I took clips from the Never Ever music video and basically just cut them in a way that I thought looked good. I wanted to tell a little bit of a story, kind of have some progression through the edit. When you're doing something like this, it's really important to cut to the beat of the song, cut to the 808s, the kicks, everything, and then also make sure the clips aren't too uniform. So you could have a clip right out for 3 seconds and then one for a half a second, and just mess with the pacing of the edit. It's gonna make your edit so much more enjoyable to watch if you actually space it out and kind of have like different elements of flow throughout the edit. So after I went through and cut everything, this is what we came up with. I go blonde hair, Mary Kate on dripping, got babies showing they titties. I take a flight every other day in a brand new city. I'm going this for the one. After that, I made a link comp into After Effects, that way we can use the OPIUM bank. I started off by using a lot of the transitions, so what I do is I make an adjustment layer, apply one of the presets. Here I'm using Metamorphosis, just lining up the keyframes, that way it hits on the transition, and we got something like that instantly. Now I do go through and tweak some of the keyframes for my specific footage, and I think that's the best way to use these preset banks, is not to use them exactly how they are as presets, but take them, change some of the values, change the pacing of it a little bit so it fits your project the best. But it is an amazing starting spot, that way you don't have to go through and create something from scratch. Then I went ahead and made another adjustment layer, brought the Y preset on there and tweaked it to my liking. I think it's a great like vertical whip that really helps add some energy. After that, I was messing around with some of the textures, so I brought on the If Looks Could Kill, and I thought it looked really cool on all these snowmobiling clips leading up to that like first kind of drop. And then I went ahead and brought on Look Killa onto the 2 shots of Lonely driving in the snowmobile. This effect is inspired by the short film that JMP did for Lonely, where he walks around with the masks and kills everyone. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of have an effect from like the perspective of Lonely. So it's kind of supposed to like emulate like his vision from inside of the mask. And then I went ahead and brought the Choppa Won't Miss preset onto this adjustment layer. I brought on the flysht preset just to add some texture, the Feel Like Dying preset to add a little bit of energy. And basically this whole entire time I'm just playing around with a bunch of the different presets that I use. The High as Shit preset, I thought that looked really good, so I added them to these tree night scenes here. And then I instantly knew when he was holding the axe that we had to use the Whole Lot of Red preset to like emulate that blood on the screen. So any scene with the axe, I just had Whole Lot of Red playing on top of, and then it kind of looks something like this. I think it really ties together, especially with the blood in the snow there. And then I think the No Sleep preset might be the best one in the whole entire pack, so I had to add that in this edit. And then I wanted a nice ray flash, so I added Fell in Love, and basically just went through and added a bunch of these presets. And then once I went through the whole entire sequence, added all the presets on, this is what we came up with. I go blonde hair, Mary Kate on dripping, got babies showing they titties. I take a flight every other day in a brand new city. I'm going this for the one. So now that we're done with all the presets, I went ahead and pre-composed all of those layers, made an adjustment layer, and then added Quick Hit with a flash from Shake Sauce. And then I just copied and pasted those keyframes throughout the video to add that nice shake. For me, shake is just a go-to way to add energy to your project. And once we add those shakes, you can see what it looks like here. I go blonde hair, Mary Kate on dripping, got babies showing they titties. I take a flight every other day in a brand new city. I'm going this for the one. Now that's already a super crazy edit, but I wanted to go ahead and add sound design to the project. So I'm gonna show you some of the techniques that I used in this edit just to make the project feel a little bit more whole. Starting off, I knew I wanted to add some high pass filters, so I started off with this one clip where it has this flash. So I basically cut the audio 1 frame at a time and then added a high pass filter onto every other cut. That way it has like that distortion kind of chop in and out sound effect. And then I also added a high pass filter when he swung the axe at the end, when they're riding the snowmobiles, and then also at the beginning. That way there's just a little bit more progression in the sound design as a whole. And then finally I added added a whole bunch of sound effects. I added stuff from my Essential Sound Effects bundle, my friend Tiny Tape's Whoosh bundle, and then I also just used free sounds from freesounds.org. Make sure when you're adding sound design to play with the audio gain, add some exponential fades, pan the audio from left to right, and just make sure you blend and add textures. So first I went through and added a bunch of different whooshes, and then I added some risers, and then I wanted to add some actual practical sounds like the snowmobiles, and then also maybe some footsteps and the blood, basically just bringing the footage to life with sound design. And then finally, once we have all of that stuff together, this is the final edit. Like I said at the beginning, OPIUM's out now. It's the first editing pack that I've made in a really long time. I'll have that link down in the description, and it'll be on sale for a little bit. So if you're watching this video early, definitely go snag it before the sale ends. And then I'll also have the sound effect assets that I use in this video, like my Essential Bundle, Tiny Tape's Whoosh Pack, and then finally that freesound.org website. That one's really nice for like those really specific sounds, like for example, a snowmobile, because neither of our packs have snowmobile sounds because that's just weird. If you guys could do me a favor and drop a like on the video, as well as comment down below a tutorial idea, because I'm uploading every single day of this month. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.